What's good, everybody? So, number one, I knew it was a reason why I don't watch football like that anymore. If y'all don't know, I'm like a Cowboys fan, but a long time ago, kind of disconnected myself from watching football or watching sports for real. Um, at one point in my life, before all this like creative shit, I definitely was just an athlete, and I played football and basketball, baseball, all that shit. Like I was an athlete, and that was it. Um, but once I stopped playing sports and shit like that, I kind of like slowly disconnected from the sports world and like never really cared to watch that shit no more. But by default, I was already a Cowboys fan, so I would like watch games here and there. And if y'all didn't know, the Cowboys was just playing the fucking 49ers. And Cowboys did what Cowboys do, blow the game as usual, penalties, Dak throwing interceptions. Yeah, man. But I don't let that shit stress me out. I don't be betting on games. Like I might playfully tell one of my friends or something, let's bet on the game. But like I don't put money up on football games, sports games, anything I can't really control. I don't really like betting on shit like that because it's like, son, I have no idea what these niggas is gonna do, and if I lose my money, I'm gonna be so sick. So I don't be betting niggas on games or none of that stuff. So that's out. Um, but yeah, so that's what happened. I was watching this game. I'm thinking like, okay, Cowboys doing okay, but they doing this turnovers, they doing this, that, and the third. And I was like, all right, this shit is over with. And I was just like, whatever. So yeah, shout out to the Cowboys for doing what Cowboys do. So I made a video yesterday that said basically, well, in the title it said that I would discuss this more tomorrow. And in that video, I kind of was talking about how a couple of things, but I was mainly talking about how I feel like number one, I'm just trying to figure out what direction I'm trying to go in and what I want from all of these things that I'm pursuing, and also the fact, the idea of the idea of my the newer me that's waiting for me to evolve is battling the old toxic ways of me and the old me and all that stuff. I feel like part of me, like this is me just truthfully being honest. I told my mans this today. I was like, bro, I feel like part of me wants to stay in like my toxic, uh, lonely world, like whatever I want to call it. I don't know what it is, but I feel like part of me, since I've been in that world for so long, I feel like part of me wants to stay in that world. And it's hard for me to evolve into the newer, better me because the me that's used to all the other stuff that I do feels like that newer me isn't isn't gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're in something for so long, you feel like if you change it, it's gonna be changed for the bad and not for the better. And this is just me honestly feeling that way. Sometimes I feel like changing into something else is going to keep me from reaching the goals and reaching certain things that I want to reach. And I don't know if that's valid or not. Like I don't know, because sometimes maybe this is the toxic me speaking right now, but sometimes I feel like my toxic ways or things that I lack in are also going to be the reasons why I'm successful and get the things that I'm striving for. And I feel like sometimes if I change those things about myself, then it's going to alter my success. And but the other side of me, man, life is just really red pill, blue pill, for real, for real. I always say this, life is really red pill, blue pill. Either you're going to do the red pill and you're going to figure out what that is and you'll never know what the blue pill did, or you're going to pick the blue pill and never know what the red pill does. So it's just like, what the fuck? So I'm just like, every day I'm like, damn, bro, if I change this, that, and the third about myself, is that going to alter my life? Is that going to take me somewhere that I'm not trying to go? Or is that going to introduce me to something that I wasn't trying to do? Or the brighter side is, me changing into that better person could be what needs to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm at that point in my life right now where it's like, bro, I want to change and become something else, a better person, and get rid of some of the things that I'm used to. But I feel like, I guess since I've been in it so long, I've been thinking a certain way for so long, I'm like, I kind of want to stay this way. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at, bro. I really don't know what to do about it. All I can really do is pick something and stick with it. Like my toxic, lonely me, like loner me and all that other stuff. It doesn't really I mean, obviously there's pros and cons to everything. So it's definitely pros to the shit. It's definitely cons to the shit. And then the newer me that I want to become is definitely pros to it and cons to it. I'm just at a point where I'm trying to figure out what sacrifices do I need to be making and what are those correct steps that I need to be doing. But I guess we don't ever really know until we do it and we figure it out as we go. I mean, that's what I've been doing this whole time. So we never really know until you just do something and you learn from whatever it does. Either it does good and you be like, bet, I'm glad I did this, or it goes left and you be like, okay, how can I fix this and shit like that. So that's really where I'm at right now, and I need to figure this shit out. And also, what I was talking about yesterday was my relationship with this YouTube thing, where it's like, I don't know, like, I told you guys I started making a YouTube video every single day just so I could be committed to something and like saying it out loud and proving to myself that I could do something, right? And I never really thought it all the way through where I was like, well, where do you want to take this YouTube thing? And like, what is the YouTube doing for it? And also, I know me getting on YouTube and talking and doing all this stuff with you guys, it kind of opens you guys up to just what I be thinking about on a day-to-day basis. It just opens you up to the things that I do and what I think about and what I'm trying to do, and kind of make you guys more involved in stuff that I do. Obviously, you're not going to know everything about me from just me doing a video and stuff like that, because this is just one video and I'm doing a million and one other things throughout my life and thinking about shit up in my head all day long. But I know that it allows me to get closer with you guys. But it's also a thing where it's like, okay, well, what do I want to do with this? It's like, okay, you want to get 100,000 subscribers? Okay, do you want to be a million? Like, try to reach becoming a millionaire off of YouTube? Or what are you trying to do with the YouTube thing? And I haven't really came to like idea yet. Like I said, it allowed, my initial idea was to just commit to something, and I knew you guys had missed me on here, and I'm like, bro, I missed them. I want to just talk to the gang. I want to just make whatever videos I feel like making, and if it does something, then it does something. That's kind of what my initial thought was when it came to getting back on YouTube. And it's like, I can keep that thought process, but sometimes, like I said, I don't know, did I mention this yesterday? I don't know. I probably edited it out, but sometimes I really just don't be wanting to make a YouTube video because I'm like, okay, I kind of just want to chill today. I kind of don't want to talk. I kind of just want to relax and not have to think about the YouTube thing. But then another part of me is like, no, this is something you committed to. You're supposed to be doing this even when you don't feel like it. You know, I look at like businessmen, I look at business women, business, just people in general, and they talk about doing things even when you don't feel like it. When you're working towards a goal, you're not gonna always want to do something. You're gonna want to fucking take a nap. You're gonna want to cool it. You're gonna want to chill. You're not gonna always want to come and do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it as, okay, I might not feel like doing it, but this is what you said you was gonna do. So do it and stick with it. And yeah, my fear is getting burnt out, and I come to a point where it's like, I just not make a video, or nobody hears from me, or I just go into this like ball and get stuck there for a while, because it has happened to me before. And I think that's where shit happens with me, where it's like, I've already experienced certain things in my life, and it's kind of like I'm able to see certain habits and certain patterns where it's like I can see myself going down that road again, and it's like, damn, what should I do? Because I know how it was when I went down that path. So a lot of decisions that I make is off of me already trying something and it happening a certain way. So as soon as I feel like I'm going back down that path that I didn't like, I'm like, fuck, what do I do right now? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this shit all out, bro. Like, I really don't know what it is. And I feel like I shouldn't keep saying that I don't know what I want to do, because it's like, I do know what I want to do, but things get overwhelming and confusing. It's like, I know all the things that I want to do, but it's when opportunities are put in front of you and you have like options to do different things. It's like, okay, where do I want to start at? What do I want to put most of my focus in? Where does that stuff? Because right now I'm dealing with like a situation where it's like I could put my all into this one thing. I could put my, and not for like, you know what I'm saying, I could put my time into one thing for a certain amount of time and then go into the next thing. But it's like I'm dealing with the situation where one thing I can pursue and it's going to take up a lot of my time and it's going to make me not be able to do YouTube videos as consistent and stuff like that. But then I have the other side of me where it's like, okay, if I don't do that, I can just fully keep committing to this YouTube thing and figure out where this goes. Both have big potentials. It's just if I focused on one of them, the other thing is going to kind of the other thing is going to suffer from like me not being able to give it my all, like all my attention. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, which one do I want to put on the back burner and be like, okay, let's focus on this right now. What is it that you want to do, you know? So that's just where I'm at right now. It's like the one thing that I'm talking about is like this creative director thing. So if you guys don't know, I do like creative direction, creative consulting and things like that. That's one thing that I do in my other world. And it's like I have opportunity to where I can fully focus on that and kind of see where that goes. Or I can be like, I can still do the creative director stuff, but in a different way. And like, or I could just focus put all my time into this YouTube stuff, figure out different ways to make my YouTubes better, figure out different ways to scale my YouTube, figure out what I can get from it, what do I need to do, who do I need to meet, who do I need to link up with. Also, the clothes situation, I think about that too as well, because there's so much I need to learn with the clothes stuff. Right now, you guys know that I'm at like beginner's level when it comes to the making clothes and stuff like that. And it's like I want to make even better stuff, get into cutting, so talk to certain people, be out in Paris creating things, and me and other fashion people and getting into that world. It's just I kind of overwhelm myself with all this stuff because I have no idea what to do. I just not necessarily, like I said, I have to stop saying I have no idea what to do, because then that just makes it seem like I have no understanding of anything. When I do, I have an understanding of the things that I enjoy doing. I have an understanding of what I'm good at. I have an understanding of all of that stuff. It's just trying to balance my attention and balance my time and all of that other stuff without getting overwhelmed, without getting just stuck and burnt out, bro. That's my one thing. I feel like I can get into a mode where I burn myself out and then I just crash, and everything that I was doing suffers from it because I just end up crashing. So I'm trying to figure out a decent way to handle all of the things that I'm pursuing and not get burnt out, bro, because it's so much, bro. It's so much things I want to do, and this is good. So I'm not really complaining. I'm not complaining about these things. I'm just trying to sort it all out and think out loud. You know what I'm saying? This is me thinking out loud and trying to sort it all together, because I'm not complaining, because these are good problems to have, where it's like, okay, I have these options to do, because I could have no options and be like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. But I do have an idea of what I want to do and where I want to be and things like that. It's just having these certain options in the red pill, blue pill idea, where it's like, well, you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to be like, okay, which one of those things are you just going to take that risk on? You know what I'm saying? I've been taking risk all my life, so it's like, why not? Why do I get into a weird space now? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's pretty much where I'm at. Like I say, I have to stop saying I don't know. Like that's a bad habit of mine, where I'm just always saying I don't know what's going on and all this other stuff. When I do have an idea, it's just, I guess I'm trying to make myself think I don't know what's going on, but I know what's going on. I know what I'm trying to do. It's just me fully pulling that trigger. You know what I'm saying? So, because I made this commitment with y'all where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a YouTube video every day. We trying to reach 100,000 million subscribers. We're trying to take this shit to another level that allows me to do whatever I want to do. Like, this YouTube thing really allows me to do whatever I want to do. Like, if it really scales and I become rich off of this shit, I could really do whatever I want to do. It's like I'm making videos, sitting down, thinking of different things to talk about or do or whatever, and I could really scale this YouTube thing into something. And then it's like, if I do the other stuff, the fashion, the clothes, the creative directing, if I do that stuff, it's like I could really take that somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all about just making decisions. You have to be really, me personally, I feel like if you're to be successful in life, you have to know how to make a decision and stick with that decision. You have to really know how to make decisions when it's time to make decisions, you know? So, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure I can't say the right decision because I don't feel like I'm going to go wrong with anything that I choose. It's all going to be a journey in the end of the day. It's just, I don't want to have that what if mentality in my head where it's like I do something and it starts to kind of like go left or something not going how I thought it was going to go. And then I have that thought where like, damn, what if I just stuck with this? You know, like I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that go through my brain, bro. I don't. So I'm just figuring it out like the rest of us, man. I also, this is also another topic. It's kind of not relative to what I'm talking about right now, but it was something I seen on Instagram where the guy was talking about. He was like, when people feel like they know you a lot, or you give them a lot of you, like you are around them a lot, or they know kind of what you think about, and they know your life a little bit, and they know things about you that they don't. They kind of like devalue. It kind of devalues you when you're accessible to people. You know what I'm saying? So, I pondered on that idea where it was like, damn, that's really true. Like people who feel like they know you a lot don't really support you that much, or they kind of don't value that much. They kind of take advantage of the fact that they know you, or that they know about you, or know like certain things about you. But people who have no idea what you do or what you're doing, or you have like this mystique to you, or you're here there once in a while, they kind of value you more. And I get it to a certain degree where it's like, I guess my best way, I just thought of this just now. I guess my best example is like if it's a girl that you want, but you heard that she's been dating this, that, and the third. Like she's been dating all type of guys and been doing whatever the hell she been doing with them. But it's a girl over here that's just been cool and probably talked to one or two dudes her whole life. You'd be like, damn, I want her more than I want her. So it's because she was more accessible to everybody and she's kind of like a unicorn type shit. So I get the idea of it, but it's just like, damn, I be thinking about that too, where it's like, sometimes I feel like I overshare. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much. Sometimes I feel like I be giving myself too much to where it's like I feel like people aren't gonna value my efforts, value my creativity, value the things that I do because they're gonna feel like I'm just always in their face. I'm always here, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably like a toxic way to think or a bad way to think. But that's just one of the ideas that I was thinking about, and I was like, damn, why is that though? Like. But I kind of understand why that is. But like Playboy Cardi, a lot of people, like his fans are fucking crazy. Like I'm a fan of Playboy Cardi, but I'm not like a vamp. I'm not gonna say I'm a fucking vamp. But I see how it is where he has this mystique to him where you don't know anything about him. But I feel like if he was out there and he talked more, he did more interviews and all this other stuff, I feel like people wouldn't value Cardi as much if he was doing interviews left and right or talking to people you always seen him out or you seen him places. But the fact that you don't really see him when he do pop up, it's like, oh, I need to be engaged in whatever the fuck he doing right now, you know? So, but I also can't compare that because he's already at that level now. At one point, he wasn't as mystique. He kind of was around. He was doing interviews here and there. You kind of seen Cardi around and all the other stuff. But now he's at the point where he built that to where now he can be on this mystique shit. And it's like, damn, what the fuck is Cardi doing? So I also think about that too because I'm not famous. I'm not at that level. I'm not famous. I'm not rich. I'm not none of that stuff. So I have to do the groundwork and I have to do all of this stuff to be able to kind of like take a slight step back and kind of focus on other things. But we have to do the groundwork when we're trying to reach some type of goal. You got to do the groundwork. You got to put shit out. You got to do 1,000,001 things before you can have that luxury. So it's just a balance. These are just thoughts that I think about every day. I don't know if you're new to the channel or not, but that's what I do with these sit-down videos. I kind of just talk about whatever is on my mind, unedited, all of this stuff. Everything you're seeing is not edited at all, and I'm just talking about just things that's on my mind. I don't sit down and plan these videos or nothing like that. I just sit down and just start talking. Whether I have an idea in mind that it's been sitting on or anything, I just sit down and start talking. So if you're new, welcome. I don't know if you made it this far, but yeah, that's what I do. So these are the things that's just been on my brain. Like I tell y'all all the time, I want to become a better person. I'm trying to excel and just learn as much as I can and become as great of a person as I can. Even so I can get to the point where I'm like, like, I learned so much. I'm able to give y'all knowledge and I'm able to help other people. I feel like I'm not able to help other people good enough if I haven't gone through enough things in my life, if I haven't learned enough things or experienced enough stuff. So I'm trying to make sure I do that. So whenever I'm talking to y'all or trying to help y'all with certain things, whether it's styling, putting outfits together, or anything, like anything, I want to be able to know that things that's coming out of my mouth, pause, is uh anything that's coming out of my mouth, pause, that's what I said, is not bullshit, or, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro. I just want to, here I go saying I don't know again, wilding out. But, yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm moving in the right direction, and life really is blue pill, red pill. I feel like I mentioned this before. Yeah, I did mention this in another video, but it's an idea that I've actually been mentioning to anybody that's around me. I just want to see what their perspective on it is, and it's the idea of, are things already set in stone that are going to happen to you, and you feel like you have some type of control over it, but at the end of the day you don't? Or do you really have a control over things? Like certain things that didn't work out for you or certain things that did work out for you, was that shit going to happen anyway? Or did you do something to make it happen? So I always think about that every day. It's like, bro, you could be working towards something that you think you want, that you've been working all your life towards, and it don't happen. And it's like, damn, does that mean it wasn't meant? Or did I do something wrong? Or what was it? Because people's circumstances, all type of shit can be the reason why things don't work out or do work out. So I just be like, damn. Or can you hack that shit? Can you hack the whole system and get something even if it wasn't really meant for you? And it's, you could, both sides is right, because it's people that come from zero, nothing, that end up becoming billionaires, millionaires, and all that other stuff. And it's people that come from riches and all that other stuff that end up being bums or all type of shit, you know? So it definitely is a truth to everything, and kind of everything. You can make a story out of each situation, but I don't know, man. I'm a little tired. I ain't gonna lie. I played basketball today. Went to LA Fitness and hooped a little bit. I was falling asleep while I was watching a football game. But yeah, I really do want to. I really do want to figure that out. I do. I want to figure that out, bro. I be having like random ass points where, see, this is normally in another video, I would edit that out, but I be having moments where I just start like staring into space and daydreaming about shit. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out everything, bro. And y'all watching me figure it out in real time and just discuss the things that's going on in my brain. I see that y'all be like thinking about the same shit that I think about. So that's very that makes me feel good that I'm not alone in this shit, bro. Because when y'all be saying that y'all be feeling what I'm saying and understand where I'm coming from, I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I'm not the only one out here thinking about this shit. I'm not the only one fucked up, you know? So, not fucked up, but I'm not the only one that, because sometimes I do, I be feeling like I'm just fucked up, but I'm not the only one that think about these things that I think about. So that's very, like, I fuck with that. We all just figuring it out together. Basically, that's what we doing. We just figuring all this shit out together. Yeah. I was watching. My fault. I keep fucking on. I was watching like Shark Tank videos earlier, and I was like, damn, I need to think of some like business idea. Like, I have business ideas already, but I want to think of some business ideas that has nothing to do with my influence, has nothing to do with who I am, has nothing to really do even with the audience that I already built. I want to see if I can build some type of business or think of some type of idea where it has nothing to do with the stuff that I'm already like in, you know? And even if it is something that I'm already in, I want to build something to where my name, whether you know me or not, you're not buying off of just because you know me, or you're not investing in it just because you know me. You're investing in it because the idea that I did was just so great that you need whatever that idea is, or you want to invest in whatever that idea is. along with the things that I'm already building with my brand. So whether you're doing something because you know who Forrest Riperton is or not, I don't know. Where was I going with that? Oh, I was watching Shark Tank and I just had ideas about businesses. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I be thinking about, bro. That's what I was thinking about today. Uh, I be wanting to get rid of all my clothes. I really do be wanting to get rid of all my clothes and start over. I don't know where that comes from. Probably just me evolving and just trying to figure out what it is that I like and what I don't like. I have an idea of the things that I like, but I like different stuff. Some of the stuff that I like, at least when it comes to like clothes and stuff, I might put a certain outfit on and then be like, damn, this outfit is so left of what I normally would be wearing and what I'm normally interested in, but this is cool. But then some days I'll have that type of style on or dressing a certain way, and I'll be like, I fucking hate this. Sometimes I wake up and everything in my closet I hate, and I'm like, why the fuck do I have all this stuff? Why did I just spend my money on this, that, and the third? And I need to figure that out too. Like, what the fuck? Sometimes I think it's because I've been involved in the fashion stuff so much. Sometimes when I look at fashion or I just look at this world, I look at it in not a toxic way, but I look at it in a way where I feel like it's just people trying to prove who's cooler. And we're all investing into this never-ending cycle of trying to be cool or never-ending cycle of who has the best shit on or stuff like that. That's just one of the things I think about in fashion. And when I think about that part of fashion, it turns me off of it and makes me never want to do it ever again. But then I think about the art form of it where it's like, damn, creating the coolest thing that I think is cool and then seeing other people buy it or seeing other people style it that way or do it that way. That's the fun part. That's the interesting part. So I need to focus more on that part because that's the part that makes me want to keep going with the fashion shit. But when I think about it on the part where it's like, oh, I'm just buy clothes and see who could put the coolest outfit together or who's the coolest and all that other stuff, that's where it's like, I don't be wanting to do this shit no more. That's why I kind of slowed down on taking fit pics. I know I took a picture the other day, but I slowed down on taking fit pics because whenever I take a fit pic, sometimes I feel like it's just me trying to showboat. And it's not even showboat because I don't even be having the craziest pieces, crazy expensive. I just style how I style and I like how the way I be dressing. So I just be posting it that way. But sometimes I be like, damn, it's just me trying to. Instagram is just what I heard somebody say and I agree with them. I forgot what they said. But Instagram sometimes just be feeling like people are just trying to. I don't even know how to explain it. It just feels like a toxic place sometimes, you know. I like Twitter, though, because I could just tweet and just talk about whatever's going on in my head. I could just tweet all day. So I fuck with Twitter more than I do Instagram sometimes because I don't be wanting to post outfit pics and stuff like that. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I feel obligated to have to post a fit pic sometimes. And that's where I just be like, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm going to post whenever I feel like doing it. I'm not going to think about likes. I'm not going to think about any of that stuff. So I think I'm kind of on that wave. That's why I don't post as consistently as I do because I'm kind of out of that part. I'm kind of into the part where it's like, bro, I want to do something different, man. I just want to do different things, and I want to do things that make me feel at peace and make me feel excited every single day, and I need to figure those things out. That's how these videos started, because at one point with the YouTube thing, a reason why I stopped as well is because I didn't want to always feel like I had to talk about fashion. I hated feeling like all I had to do was fashion, and if I talked about anything else, nobody would fuck with it. That's why I kind of stopped with the YouTube thing. And sometimes I see comments where people like, I wish you would do this, that, and the third, or I want you to do this more. And it's like, I do want to cater to some of the things that y'all want me to do, but if I feel too obligated to do it or it's not something I really want to do, I just won't do it. Because if I'm doing things that I just genuinely don't feel like doing, it's going to be half-assed or I'm going to really not want to do it at all and shit like that. So when I sit down and talk, sometimes I don't, like I ain't going to lie, sometimes I don't be wanting to post these sit-down videos because I be feeling like the people who care about the fashion part be like, bro, I don't want to hear you talk. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to listen to you talk all day. And I be like, damn, I be feeling like I'm neglecting them. But these are the videos that I be wanting to do the most, you know, because the things like the way my world has, like what my world has turned into is kind of this. I don't know how it happened, but it's like I just started talking about empowering y'all and giving y'all advice on things, or not even giving y'all advice. I just be talking about what's going on in my world, and it turns into me telling y'all stuff that I wish people was telling me at some point in my life. So I feel like basically what I do is I try to be the person that I wish I had. I try to be that person for y'all. You know, I try to be this encouraging person and the person that's like, bro, you could do this, that, and the third. Doesn't matter, all that other stuff. I try to be that person for y'all because I didn't have like a person like constantly telling me certain things because I'm so introverted and I'm so to myself. So even when my mom or friends and stuff like that try to help me with certain things, I'm always to myself. So I just try to be that to y'all, and I guess that's why this turned into this. I tweet. This is me tweeting out loud because at one point I was tweeting crazy all the time, like what's on my mind and all this other stuff. So I kind of just turned that into this, which I'm seeing right now. So yeah, I might feel like I'm talking too much sometimes or all the other stuff, but I gotta get over that part. I feel like that's the ego in me, and that's the not wanting to be judged and all those parts of me that be saying all that shit. So I got to get over that shit. That shit is, nobody give a fuck about that, bro. I just gotta, that's definitely ego and shit. I got to get rid of that. So yeah, that's why I sit down and talk to you guys and whatever be going on in my brain. So if I wake up tomorrow and there's something that's really on my brain that I want to do or talk about, then I'm going to do it and post it. I just want to know where this shit go because part of me just be getting on YouTube and saying, I'm going to just post and not think about the views and not think about the subscriber count and not think about that stuff. But I can't lie. I do be thinking about it sometimes. I'm like, damn, how do I scale my YouTube to become something else that other people might want to engage in? I feel like sometimes I think about it to the point where it's like I'm just catering to the world that I'm in and I don't care to expand to other people. If you happen to find me, you happen to find me. If you don't, I'm not really trying to force myself in your face. That's how I've always been with everything I do. It's like I'm not really trying to force myself into people's face if, you know what I'm saying, if that's not what they want. I kind of just want to create and do things that I think is cool and that makes me feel good. And if you happen to come across it and you fuck with it, then bet. But if you don't, then it just means it wasn't meant for you. And I always feel like that is gonna be, that's going to hinder my success because I feel like when I see other businesses and other people doing things, they do things that they don't necessarily want to do, but they know it's going to help them scale and get a certain audience or get them in another door that they wouldn't normally get in if they kept doing the same stuff that they was doing. So I battle with that too, where it's like, okay, if I want to get to certain places that I say I want to get to, I'm going to have to do certain things that cater to a certain thing in order to scale. And maybe I'm wrong, or maybe that is valid information. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Because I don't want to keep doing these things that I'm doing and not see any progression and then wonder why I'm not getting no progression when it's like, well, you just keep saying fuck scaling and fuck the people that don't want to da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. I don't know, Sam. I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. And I want to make sure I'm moving in the right direction. I have no idea where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And I always feel like that might be a problem. That I don't know where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I feel like if I did know, then I'd be moving a little bit more calculated and doing everything how I'm supposed to do it. Because I technically kind of wing it to a certain degree with everything. I also I have calculated things, like I have an idea and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it like this, that, and the third and see where it takes me. But a lot of this stuff I just be winging it, bro. I just be like, don't think so much and just wing it. But then when I watch certain videos, they're like, people try not to think enough, and that's why they're not where they're at. They try not to think, and I'm like, fuck. So am I supposed to be thinking, or am I not supposed to be thinking? Like, what's going on? You know, what is going on? I see people who get successful and real successful. They talk about you got to eliminate emotions out of your world in order to get successful, in order to get the things that you want. But I'm a very emotional person. I can't even lie. I'm a very emotional person, and I do move a lot off of how I feel and things like that. And I just be hoping that that's not going to hinder me. I need to be able to put my emotions to the side and get certain things done, even if I don't want to do it, or even if that's not what I think I want. I be feeling like I need to just put them emotions to the side and say, fuck them emotions, you know? Because that's just the people that I look at as successful and all that other stuff, that's what they be doing. So I'm like, fuck, I want to get to that level. Because I rarely see people who are like super successful talk about you can move with your emotions, do the things that make you feel good, this, that, and third. I be seeing them. I might see it here and there from certain celebrities or whatever, but it's not a thing. Like, people don't really talk about that stuff. They're like, you got to just get it done. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. You got to get it done. However it need to get done, you just got to get it done. And I agree with them to a certain extent, but it's like, damn, I just don't want to drive myself crazy.